Huge surpluses forecast by Queensland's former Labor government have been described as a fairy tale by the state's new Treasurer. David Janetzki provided a mid-year financial update forecasting a worsening budget outlook, spearheaded by a dramatic increase in public debt.
The new LNP Treasurer, 3 months into the job, delivers Queensland Treasury's mid-year fiscal economic review. David Janetzki had a different name for it.
Today we reveal Labor's last budget update. A true state of Queensland's books.
Queensland's economy has grown since the last annual budget. The state budget's deficit is forecast to double this year to $4.9 billion. There's $130 billion in capital works over the forward estimates, the Treasurer says, $100 billion more than Labor's forecast. Government debt will also double to $218 billion over the next 4 years, further in the red per capita than any other state.
Upon being sworn in as Treasurer in November, Treasury immediately warned of a heightened risk of credit rating downgrades, a strong likelihood of large structural deficits, a significant and growing debt burden that wouldn't stabilise, and a concerning increase in the interest burden likely to exceed critical thresholds.
Make no mistake, this is David Crisafulli's budget update, and he needs to own it.
The previous government had said Queensland would get back in the black over the forward estimates, an operating surplus of $2 billion. The new government warns the state will be $9 billion in deficit within the next 2 years.
The last few months have revealed the truth. Knowing what we know now, with debt per capita tracking to be the worst in the country, it is highly likely that we will not just have an outlook downgrade, but that it's highly likely we will have a rating downgrade too.
The LNP are cooking the books to create the worst possible set of numbers to soften up Queenslanders for what comes next. And that includes cuts.
There'll be huge added pressure on the Queensland budget from Olympic Games infrastructure. $7 billion has been set aside, but just this week the government claimed there was a $3.5 billion unfunded budget black hole for the Olympics Village.
When I left, we had a plan, we were sticking to the plan, and the tenders would have been out now for the Gabba, and the planning and construction would have been well getting into it now. So I'm absolutely shocked at the state of this. Everything's getting unpicked. I often describe it as like if you're knitting a sweater and someone pulls a bit of wool, it's all going to come untangled, and everyone is pulling bits of wool of this sweater. And you know, if I was at the IOC at the moment, I would be saying, what is going on, Brisbane?
Swimming Australia is now calling for a $650 million aquatic centre, the finest in the world, to be built at Victoria Park.
I have seen so many different suggestions for new stadiums. This government needs to crack on and actually make some tough decisions. Are they going to build new stadiums, or are they going to help Queensland families?
We've got the 100-day review. I'm not going to preempt any decisions on the Olympic Games.
The Treasurer promising not to add taxes or cut the public service, and claims debt will be lower under the new government. His decisions on the budget will be watched closely. In Brisbane, Harry Clark, Sky News.